Gil, I don't see the clock. What time is it?
Himalaya time.
Himalaya time. Because the podcast world is growing bigger every day, and Himalaya wants to help you navigate it. Himalaya is a brand new podcast app where you find every single podcast you love, like the No Chill podcast and some future favorites. If you're a podcaster or a fan, Himalaya has got your back. Discover personally curated playlists and show your favorite podcasters like us. Mm-hmm. Some love with Himalaya's tip jar. It's free, it's the easiest to use, and they're adding cool new features every single day. Go to the App Store, download Himalaya, and don't forget to follow the No Chill Podcast when you're there.
Of course.
Let's get it. On this episode of the No Chill Podcast, the 3-time Sixth Man of the Year with 15 seasons under his belt, Lou Williams joins the show. He and Gilbert go way back to Lou's rookie year as a 19-year-old in Philly. Lou recalls that early encounter and how his career has progressed to one of the most unstoppable and dependable scorers in the league. For Lou, one thing he's found, especially in the Clippers organization, is the importance of fit and culture. Between Sweet Lou and Agent Zero, as two guys who purely just love to hoop, they detail how to both establish and distinguish yourself on the basketball court. Lesson learned for young players looking to set themselves apart from the competition. It's the No Chill Podcast. Thanks, as always, for tuning in. And remember, you can get us early on the Himalaya app. And be sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcast because we have even more episodes than usual on the way. Stay tuned. All right, Gil.
I saw how that could have been weird.
There might be more. Stay tuned.
He just goes, you're like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about?
It starts with your clap.
They don't know that.
You start the show. I mean, this is about as professional as we get.
Oh, good. Let's do it.
So, Gil, we have Lou Williams here today. First thing I wanted to know, what was the first interaction that you guys ever had? When did you meet?
So mine is probably different than his. So we didn't actually meet, right? I was playing for the Sixers, and he's in his fucking prime at this point, and I'm just a young kid trying to figure it out. And it's the top of the fourth quarter, and we're walking to the scorer's table. It was a pretty good game at that point. And Gil says, "Which one of y'all guard me?" And everybody. And God bless Rodney Carney, right? He was like, me. And he was on minute restrictions. And he was like, "I'm guarding you, but I only got 3 minutes." And Gil said, "It's going to be the longest 3 minutes of your life." And that was my first impression of Agent Zero.
I was just on one then. You know what's so funny is that's all I used to do is just talk shit. Because for the most part,
that pretty much hasn't changed.
Yeah, our confidence is what what drives us to other levels. So like anytime we played Iverson, and like so funny, that was the only matchup I couldn't outscore that motherfucker for nothing.
Yeah, nobody can.
Like
you're not gonna shoot enough. So
I was trying though. That was the part though. It was like I got him, and then when I did ball out, he didn't play that game.
Yeah.
So that kind of like pissed me off though. So it's like, so I used to just try to talk so much shit to all the rookies and everyone that was coming in, just to get pumped.
Yeah, and we were a young team at that time too.
That was your rookie year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, you was the last your group was the last high school.
Yeah.
The last high school group that came in.
But isn't that really how it goes? Is the older guys are gonna put that in your head that, man, you got to earn this, young fella. We're gonna start with the talk and we're gonna back it up with our play.
Yeah, for me, I don't talk as much, but I just do little subtle shit to kind of fuck with your mind. Like especially with my position, I'm coming off the bench, so a lot of times it's gonna be a young guy coming off the bench trying to establish himself, and he's wide eyed, and I know bro, I'm gonna take 20 shots, whether you on the floor or not, right? So my whole thing is, as soon as he come on the floor, I'm looking over at Doc or the point guard just fucking around. So, hey, next one for me, next play for me. Just bring the ball here, And so it's something in the back of your head. Like some of them gonna say, "Oh, you got me fucked up," and some of them's like, "Oh God, like here it comes," So it's always trying to establish that superior, over the younger guys.
Who said you got me fucked? There's a rookie who said that?
Some of them are like that. Like, what's the kid name in L.A., man? I hate that I can't think of his name right now.
Josh Hart?
He's not like one of the popular ones.
He's
He's from Memphis. What's his name? Jamario. Yeah. What's his whole name? Jamario Jones. Yeah, he was like, nah, you got me fucked up. Like, he's like, I know exactly who you are and what you do, and I'm ready for all of it today. And he actually, you know what? I couldn't make a shot in the fourth quarter to save my life, and it looked like he was locking me up, and that shit pissed me off. But he was one of them that was like, I'm not going.
And Gil, you would know, like that's how you have to be.
Like him?
Yeah.
Nah, I was wide-eyed when I got in.
But if you knew that, if you knew back then how you should be.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's either you. I mean, as a rookie, you're trying to figure out. You got to remember, these are the stars you looked up to, you watched, you mimic, and then you go up against them the first time. You're still in that shaky mode until one of them pissed you off, or you had a good game, and then it clicks over from there. That's what I said. Mine was Gary Payton when he just got in the defensive stance, and I was so scared I passed the ball.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, and just got rid of it, and was so pissed off because I got benched after that. Like, oh yeah, maybe this ain't the game for you. And I'm just sitting there like, damn, that motherfucker had 17 straight points on me and finished with 19. Like, and you could have not shot against me, motherfucker. Like you could have did that and kept me in the game, and then from there, I tried to torch that man. Yeah. It was 1-4, like, I didn't care what coach called. 1-4 flat if Gary Payton was guarding you. And that's just how you do it. You're literally been the best player on your teams for last 4-5 years. And they make you the sixth man. Like, at some point, do you get pissed off, or you just like, fuck it, whatever?
I'm kind of numb to it. You know what I mean? Like, shit, it's been over a decade at this point. You know what I mean? So for me, it's like, it's who I am. I think that's obviously that's what I'm gonna leave the game as. That's what people are gonna remember about me. And so I just took it. I said, you know what? If that's what it is, then I'm just gonna be the best one. Like, it's gonna get to a point where, like, why, like you saying, like, why is this dude not starting? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And the funny misconception about that is, like, I haven't had a coach come to me and say, I think you should start. You know what I'm saying? Like, people think I'm like, nah, I'm cool on the bench. Like, that's what people think. Like, no, nobody's like, you're gonna start at the 2 now. Like, I've literally haven't had a coach has asked me, or even in training camp, like, created that position for me.
Like, it's just weird. I remember, like, the reason I got my start was because of our 6th man, Bobby Sura. When Larry Hughes went out, and they said, all right, Bobby, you're going to start Larry Hughes out. And he was like, nah. Start the rookie. I want to stay I want to stay coming off the bench because that's what I'm comfortable with. And I'm sitting there like, all right, whatever.
I know when I lost my starting job, I was in Philly, I was playing against y'all. Matter of fact, Anton Jameson broke my fucking jaw. But he broke my jaw.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And I was out. I was going to be out for 8 weeks. And I remember I was in the gym working out, and they came to me and they was like, at this time I'm averaging over 20 points a game for this team. And so they come to me and say, yo, we're thinking about bringing AI back. How do you feel about it? And I was, at the time, I was like, of course bring him back. That's my hero. Mm-hmm. Like, why would I not want, my big brother back on my team? And then once I came back from injury, we had another conversation like, yeah, we think we're going to have you come off the bench because, it's just not going to be cool to have AI coming off the bench in Philly. And I never got a starting job ever again after that. That's how I lost my starting job.
But is there ever a point where you can ask for your job?Maybe not ask in the sense of like begging for it, but just like, hey, you got to start me here. It'll be better off in this position.
It's never really been a thought for me, because it's like, shit. I've always, as cliche as it sounds, like, I've always been a team player. So it's like, if that's what the team needs from me, then that's what I do. And over the course of my career, I've done that shit to a fault, kinda. You know what I'm saying? To a point where it's kind of stifled what could have been. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But that's just my MO. That's who I am. And my high school coach, he instilled that kind of attitude in me, and I took it and ran with it. So,
because it was funny because like I grew up, Jamal Crawford's 1 year in front of me, so I got to see his style, And then I remember you in high school, coming in. 2 different platforms.
Yeah, for sure.
It was, he was way up here compared to where he was in high school, especially for a name. So it was like, watching Jamal and, come off the bench and like he started a couple years, but then with your skill set, I'm like, wait, how is Monte starting, but they're not allowing Lou to start? And then like each year you're like, okay, I get he plays the fourth quarter. I watch, San Antonio and Ginobili, and you got, the week 1 starting first. Like they started that shit with you remember Roy Ivey?
Yeah.
Come in, play 3 minutes, and then they bring in the real star, and it's like, well, what is the point of that?
Right.
And it was just like,
I just think I got caught up in a perfect storm. I think for my first 3 years it was AI. Mm-hmm. Then I'm rolling. Now break my jaw, and now I have a teammate in Drew Holiday that they're also trying to groom and grow up. So he had that opportunity to keep moving in those couple of months when I was down, and then you bring AI back, and so that I think that just created the whole thing in my career where I just never really got a shot to just show my genius until now, and even still doing that coming off the bench. So,
but if you're a hooper, like and this is why I say coaches need to have played basketball to coach. If you're a hooper, you know who is the go-to guy. We know who's going to have the ball. We know who's going to play. We know who we need to stop. We know who the most dangerous person on the floor is. So if you're the most dangerous person on the floor on every team you're in, I don't know why you're not demanding to be starting. I know they're trying to use that. Well, he's a combo. Man, fuck all that combo and point and what. Just let me do what I do. If I can do it at the end of the game, why can't I do that motherfucker at the beginning of the game? Right. And that's how I always looked at it.
But you know what? For me, even in games that I do start, the shit is kind of boring to me. Because, the first 6 minutes, everybody trying to find a rhythm. By the time I come in the game, it's popping. You know what I'm saying? By the time I come in, I know who's rolling on their team. I've already made my adjustments by the time I come in. And then fourth quarter, it's like, it's mano a mano now. So bring your KDs and everybody come out and let's get it.
But that's what pisses me off, because it's like you have I think probably the financial part for me, what makes me mad is you averaged 22 last year,
right?
Or this year?
It was 20. It was I don't know
22,
9 or something like that. Yeah.
So 23 on 26 minutes.
Right.
If you play starter minutes, you 30, 31, max contract. So you have a max player that you're handicapping on the bench. And that's the shit I just be like, see, this that dumb shit right here. You know what I mean? And that's
just the way it's just the way my shit went. You know what I'm saying? And I would drive myself crazy trying to
figure it out.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's just how I keep my peace of mind with it. I chalk it up. That's how I went. I'm going into year 15. I ain't getting none of that money back. You know what I'm saying? So that's just, it is what it is.
Because I remember when it was during the playoffs when it was like, oh, they got Lou Williams at a bargain. I said, yeah, for 15 years, 14 years, y'all been fucking with that man.
And that was the conversation that I had with my agent. It was like, yo, what do we do so late in your career? Do we roll the dice or do we sign an extension? And for me, my straight answer was, I've been fucked every single time, bro. Mm-hmm. So I have no faith in somebody coming out and doing right by me. So with that in mind, and also being happy and comfortable in where I was in LA and just where I was in my career, we took a deal that was kind of like, a lot of people were scratching their heads on that one, but shit made me happy. Mm-hmm. And so at the end of the day, that's what it was about. My kids love it out here. I'm in a position where I can go out and hoop, do my thing. Do I deserve more money? Of course I deserve more money, but I was happy at the time, so that was the conversation we had, and that was the decision I made.
Yeah, when you came to Doc, it was like, okay, that's a good fit because, you got Sammy over there, crazy motherfucker. And then, so you got two hoopers with you, so,
they understand.
They understand, and they're not going to throw wins away trying to They're gonna say, "Hey, give it to Lou. Get the hell out of the way." You know, that's just how Sammy is. So you know, Sammy's gonna relay that shit to Doc, and Doc is just gonna play basketball. So you know, it's the perfect fit, and he's gonna always. It's like because of the style he plays, and he lets you do what you do, is gonna always keep you. So you're not gonna have that. At 36, 37, you fall off, and now you got to go play and do Vince Carter minutes.
Right.
Because he's going to always keep the ball.
He's going to put you in a position where you can be successful. And that's why I love Dr. Def. Like, a lot of guys don't have, you know, I hear guys that say things about Doc, and I try to find it. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what the fuck do they see? Like, and I can't, bro. I really enjoy playing for the dude, man. So,
do you think coming in out of high school so young, do you think where you are now, that hindered you a bit? Because if you came in, you had a college pedigree behind you, had the agent, they had the career plan for you, but you were kind of like, oh, we'll see how this kid is.
No, I don't. No, shit. I was high school. I was Naismith Player of the Year. You know what I mean? So, I mean, as far as, you know, reputation go and all of that, that was in place. I think where it went kind of sour for me is I was a 17-year-old kid going into the NBA, and I was arrogant about my approach, a little naive with the process. So when I went into the workouts, I wasn't in shape. I wasn't ready. I remember one workout in Utah. It was me, Darren Williams, Chris Paul, Aaron Owens in one workout group, and they just took turns kicking my ass. And I looked like a real kid at that point. And I'm also undersized. You know, at that time I probably was, you know, 6 feet, 6'1", and 160 pounds, you know what I mean? And so I think a lot of that kind of just went into just naturally being a young 17-year-old kid trying out for the NBA. So,
not to mention though, I think that's something you can hang your hat on because there are a lot of guys
like
that came out of high school like
I
that.
mean, even to the date, there's only two of us, you know, at that size, Sebastian and myself. Mm-hmm. Everybody else that's come out of the NBA are like 6'5", 6'6" shooting guards, or you got your bigs, the Greg Odens and those guys, and so, you know, Bassie was in the lottery. I ended up sliding to the second round, but it's only been two of us to date to do that. Mm-hmm. Even Monte is still like 6'4", 6'5". Mm-hmm. So,
do you ever look at it this way? Hey, I'm a late bloomer.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It ain't even late blooming. It's just.
I just think I'm at a point where I understand the game, and I understand how to get the most out of myself in it. You know.
But that didn't just happen this year. That was a few years back.
Yeah, it's been a work. I think I started feeling that way probably my first year with the Lakers. So I guess that's what, year 10 or 11, somewhere in there, where I really started clicking and understood who I was in this game.
And Gil has a theory about age, that you want to draft a kid that's younger with more upside, because you give him that time to mature.
Yeah, because by the time because no matter where you are in your career, you're probably averaging double digits by your third year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, so if you're third year, which 20, so if he's already in his third year averaging, you know, if he's 20 years old in his third year, he's already doing what he's supposed to do. Like by the time you get to your third, fourth year, you're tapping into, you know, what your ability is if you're getting the playing time. So I'd rather get someone who's younger than someone older. Like how many people in your class is still in the NBA?
I think it's two of us, three.
Yeah. That's because he's
CJ Miles, Amir Johnson, and me.
Yeah, so like that's what I said. So all those players who went to college, they out of the league because of it. Like that's why I said it's the young. But I hated the whole process of draft.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I was in Orlando, when I did my draft in Orlando or tryout, they were like, "Do you think you're in NBA shape?" And I said, "How the fuck do I supposed to know?" Right. And he was like, "Do you think you should be in better shape?" I said, "When does the season start?" And I said, "By the time the season start, I will be in whatever shape I'm supposed to be in then."
Right.
Like right now, I don't know what shape I'm supposed to. How do I know?
I didn't know what I was preparing.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, you telling me I'm out of shape, motherfucker? I ran 5 miles a day. I don't know what kind of shape I'm supposed to be in. Like I'm huffing and puffing because there's some new shit for me.
My first pre-draft workout was with Memphis Grizzlies, and my workout probably went for 45 minutes, and it was the hardest shit I ever did in my life, right? And then it took me to get drafted and realize, I do that same workout every day. But over time it was nothing to me. But the first one, so you don't know how to prepare for this shit until you in it, man.
I was so offended because it's like I did 17 workouts. All 17 are different.
Right.
Some easy, some hard. So like, how the fuck do I supposed to know if the last one I did 15 minutes of shooting? I'm thinking it's the same shit over here. What you talking about now? You want me to do line drills like suicide? Like, motherfucker, I ain't do nothing wrong. Like I'm offended.
I ran 17s in Detroit, and now I look back like, what was the point of that shit? Like, why am I running? What am I running 17s for?
Yo, they hate. That's what I said. I came into the draft like I was cocky for no reason. I didn't even have a name. Like I was just cocky for no reason because most of the drills was 1-on-1, and that's all I was waiting for. Yeah. Like that's all. Like fuck all this shooting shit. Fuck all that running up and down. When we get that ball.
What happened when you were on the treadmill?
Huh? Oh yeah, we did. You remember the heart treadmill?
What did you wear for
3 minutes
for footwear?
Oh, I had Chucks on. Like I didn't take none of that. I didn't take none of it serious. I thought it was just a bunch of bullshit. Like I don't give a fuck who's number 1, 2, 3, 10. Like we got to get on the court. They got to play defense. We're gonna see then. Yeah, you know, and that's just how I looked at. So the whole process was just gimmicky to me. Like you want me to sit here and run up and down and do these drills. And then we play 1-on-1. All right, I scored all 7. Now what? This motherfucker's a lottery pick. He's number 10.
It is a kind of funny process. Like guys are jumping, hitting the vertical shit, and it's like, all right, he gonna block a shot or no? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, here's the thing. You guys have a common thread. You guys are just hoopers. That's what you get, and that you can't really measure that.
But you know what? The guys that really like, we gonna get some shit for this, by the way. But the guys that really take the combine serious are usually average players anyway.
Yeah. And you know, so funny, and that's the funny part. Mm-hmm. They don't. The whole design of the NBA drafting, NBA combines, are not measured for hoopers. You can't test who is a gamer. Who wants the shot at the end? Who is capable of hitting that shot?
How you handle pressure?
Who knows how to create their own shot out of nothing? Who knows how to react? They can't measure that. Yeah. So you don't know who's who. You draft a guy and you're like 2nd round pick, and then like, oh, he's averaging 20. How? Yeah. If you watch the games, motherfucker, he was like bopping everybody. You was looking at some other shit. You was looking at motherfucker test scores, like, oh yeah, he didn't test. He didn't test well. Did a 17. He wasn't in shape. Like, what the fuck does this have to do with the game, man? I don't need to be in shape in motherfucking October.
And it's worse now because so much of the analytics shit, like, is completely. I'm not a fan of analytics at all.
It was funny. I don't even know that when people start using analytics, I'm like, okay, they never played basketball. They've never played. They've actually never hooped before. Fucking
They're just good at math.
yeah. Fucking bunch of nerds.
And also, Lou's style is unique. Everything that you just went through is pretty much you can create a shot. You see angles. What is it about Lou? I think that people don't appreciate.
You know, I think it's the whole concept of this type of basketball, right? So everyone always, I'm starting to hate everyone in the 90s that played basketball, that whole group, because they just think they shit don't stink.
Right.
Like, you know, you got, you know, Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman, both 6'7", both weigh 210. Talking about they're going to stop somebody in today's game. Like,
nah.
6'7", 210, like you are a little guard in today's game. You guys are little guys.
But that's every 10 years the game changes.
Yeah, that's what I said. They have no idea about evolution. It's like they don't take evolution.
I always have these debates with my friends. I was like, bro, can you imagine dropping LeBron in the 75? Like, just drop LeBron now that you know in 75. I was like, bro, he win 15 championships in a row.
It's like dropping Superman in Metropolis.
Yeah, that's what I said. And they sit there and
you take the worst player that you could think of in your head in the NBA and put him on in 68.
Yeah, that's just it's like they forget evolution. So they're like, well, this game's soft. They flop too much.
I think it's more skill.
I said, no, that's the skill. Yeah. I said, you have to understand rules, right? So if a player can get you in foul trouble because you're always out of place, that's a skill. And I said, it's not a flop, it's a skill. If I know I'm going to drive here and I know your speed is going to try to beat me there, and I stop, you hit me, and I shoot. That is my skill. That's what I'm skilled at. And I don't think anybody really appreciates the skill. They call it, oh, he's flopping too much. Oh, this is ball. Like, no, that's.
You know what people, their reaction is? They don't know how you do that because they can't think like you think.
They didn't have to.
Yeah. Because it wasn't little.
They didn't have to. I mean, first, in the 90s, they were averaging like 80, 90 points a game. Mm-hmm. Like, we're doing 135s and 140s now, you know, and that's because of the skill level. So they didn't have to figure out how to get to the free throw line. It was like whenever we score. I think it was more of a stops game in the 90s anyway.
It was a big man game. Everyone wanted to post. Right. Everyone, you know, you had
post up, throw it to the big.
You had post up guards. You got to remember, guards back then weren't scorers. You know,
except for Jordan.
I mean, but like point guards.
Right.
So, you're talking about Gary Payton, you know, he was still considered a point guard. Back then, soon as AI comes in, it's like,
well, you know what's funny?
Throw him to the 2. We don't know what that is. We don't know what that is yet.
Right.
You know, you're talking about, you know, Marbury averaging, 22 and 9. He was considered a ball hog. Like 9 assists, he was a ball hog. The Stevie Francis, like that's what I said. So when I came in, I was a combo guard. I wasn't either. You know, it's just get out there and we're gonna see what he can do. And then from there, it just starts opening up. So it's like everybody became skillful. It wasn't just the shooting guard in the center. You know, so it's like, back then your power forward was anywhere from 6'4" to 6'8". You know, so these guys talking about, oh, I'm gonna stop you, like that nobody even plays that dinosaur-ass basketball anymore. What the fuck are you talking about?
What was the expression back then? Defense wins championships.
Ain't no fucking defense wins.
Skill wins championships.
Defense wins championships. Like you were stopping motherfuckers who can't. Like Anthony Mason, what is he gonna do? What is he going to, like, he's 6'6", like.
Club you.
Like, that's fucking Westbrook right now. What the fuck? Like, come on. Like, that's just, that got, what's so funny is that position got removed because of Shaq. All these centers in college coming in, centers in high school, KGs, Van Horns are like, I'm not fucking with him.
Right.
I'm going to go to the 4-man, go against the guy who's 6'4". And then the 4-man became this long guy and it took away the center. So I said every position became skillful. So like when the 90s talking about, oh yeah, y'all soft, we would have put y'all on your ass.
Yeah.
You're a little kid. Like we gain weight when we get older. These motherfuckers 60, 70 years old, 185 pounds still. Like, come on, shut up. You're not even on a diet. Like you're a little guy. Like I remember even GP. Like, he was a defensive stopper. Like, he was literally a defensive stopper. Like, my second year, I'm posting him up. You're little. You're 185. This is 180. You're 185. Get the fuck out of here. Like I was afraid of you my rookie year. I don't know why. Like, you're little. Like John Stockton. You guys are little. Right. Like, you guys, you guys were defensive guys. Like, it became a joke. Like, it's like put the 2 guard on me, man. These point guards are just too little. Yeah. And that's what people don't understand. Like, evolution. Like, these guys are just too little. Like, you're not going to hurt us. Like,
but you know what? We're going to do the same shit in 20 years.
20 years, like, you're right.
That's what happens. That's what happens.
Like, I would have locked that nigga up.
Yeah, we're going to do the same.
Like, somebody, my day.
Somebody asked me, like, yo, man, like, how would you do in this era? I said, to be honest, these motherfuckers are shaking and baking now. Like before, when I played, we was just trying to score.
Right.
These niggas trying to embarrass you now. Like these motherfuckers, Kyrie's out here trying to shake your boots off. No, thank you. I was not trying to play defense in my era. Let alone trying to come in this era and try to play some defense. Like imagine trying to guard James Harden every play. Oh, man, I'll be mad. Like, damn, pass the ball. Like, what happened to the team game? Like, shit. Like, damn. Like seriously, I would have hated to guard James Harden.
Yeah, but there were guys in your, like, Iverson.
I had to guard Eric Snow.
Oh, yeah, who you had to guard. But guys
Eric Snow, Chris Paul.
But it was just
Jason Kidd.
AI, though.
There was, like, Kobe.
I didn't have to guard him.
I know you didn't have to guard, but like, there were guys that were tough covers back then.
But those are team offensive covers.
But those are also all-time hard to guard players.
But this
T-Mac.
team offensive, like
But you know
AI
what,
was
though?
running around.
But it's different. Every once in a while, Kobe had to come down and throw that bitch to Shaq and chill for a second.
Until Shaq,
James don't have to
until
throw
Shaq
it to
left.
nobody.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like think about it. Every play, he's gonna come
action.
down and he is literally doing a bot move on you. Like you're at Rucker Park and that's your enemy, and he's coming down like.
Or KD. Like 7 feet.
I'd rather play against Kevin Durant way before I have to guard
who?
Yeah.
Harden.
No, I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
Like KD gonna get buckets. Like he might score 50. Cool.
What you saying?
What
you saying, James? Every single play.
Every single if there was 37 plays, 35 of them went to you on ISO moves.
Yeah.
Like, no,
That's exhausting.
I got my girlfriend in the stands. You ain't just gonna be doing me like this, bro. Shit, you ain't just gonna be doing like this in front of a baby dog. Like, nah, bro. This shit, that motherfucker hurt people feeling. Like, he's sitting there trying to make you fall. I don't got time for that.
Okay, so who's the MVP?
To me, James is the MVP.
James is the MVP to me.
We did this episode already.
Like, I'm just saying, it's James.
You know what? I will be so hurt if James don't win it. And I say that because they pick and choose who they want to celebrate the numbers for. You know what I'm saying? Like when Russ was doing the triple-double shit, that was getting celebrated. And it should be.
He did it again this year.
Yeah. And
we almost forget about it.
Right, because that's just what he do. You know what I'm saying? And so for the first time, it was something you've seen. This is the first time we've seen somebody doing numbers like this, like James and since AI era. Like this dude had 4 or 5 60-point games, a handful of 50s, 40s whenever he wanted. And they wasn't a slouch either. Like they still finished the 4 seed and would have been higher. They had a bad week at the end. That's how crazy the West is. But they try to pretend no, fuck that. Like the dude put the work in. Like I get the Giannis thing, like the best player on the best team and all of that. But that's a team. Like this dude, when CP was hurt, he put that team on his back and put them back in the position because they was out of the playoffs, man. Like so, I guess I'm preaching to the choir because we all in agreement with that. But it's just crazy for me for it to even be a debate.
But and that's why I was saying it earlier before you got here that the MVP voting should not be in the media's hands because the media also dictates who they like. So
who votes though?
The media votes.
No, I'm saying, but who
retired players?
They don't watch. They hate us.
Yeah, retired
basketball writers.
Coaches.
You can't make it a fan vote.
No, you make it a coach's vote. Like it can't be the media because the media dictate. Their narrative is too bad. Like okay, Giannis is pushed up there, right? Like I remember doing the Bucks thing. Like okay, Giannis averaged last year 27 and 10. This year 27.9 and 13. You didn't do anything to get 16 more wins. So how do you get 16 more wins if you personally didn't do nothing? So then I look around the rest of the team. Bledsoe was down. Middleton, compared to the year before, you played horrible. Down 3 points, 3-point percentage is worse, field goal percentage is worse. But because your team is winning, you make the All-Star? Like that's fucked up too. So now you bring in Lopez and a bunch of other guys. That's who grabs those extra wins. So how do you get rewarded?
And Bud is a dope ass coach.
It's like, but how do you get rewarded if you personally didn't step up? So it's like James Harden, you averaged 30 last year. You stepped up 6 more points this year, which is fucking hard to do. Right. Like you should be MVP and most improved. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. But when you think about it, it's like 6 points. 6 points, 5.5, 6 points is usually most improved.
30 is hard enough.
Yeah, that's what it says. So to get 36, what they're going to do is, most likely, if you know the media, if they didn't give it to Kobe, they're going to do the same thing to James. And say, well, we didn't give it to Kobe, and, we don't want the backlash if we didn't give it to him when he averaged 35 and got that sorry team to the playoffs. We can't give it to James. And they really think like that. They're gonna really sit there. I guarantee you. Like somebody said, James is in China right now. So if he's in China,
Yeah, that's a telltale that he ain't feeling it.
yeah, that's what I said. So if he's in China, he's basically already saying that then they're giving it to the dude.
Yeah.
Like, and that's like, what is a person supposed to do? Just hopefully the organization brings in better players so I can win and be a
Yeah,
MVP?
I mean, yeah, it's a fucked up spot for James because, like you said, it's like, all right, like what else? Like, what do you want me to do?
But also,
You know what I'm
what's the
saying?
most fair thing, right? Split it in three: media, players, coaches.
That should be a player's vote. No, think
100%?
about it.
Play-
100% player's vote.
But we stupid.
Because you have
sometimes.
favorites too.
Yeah, but shit, you know
For
one
the
thing.
most-
You
they
know
get
one
the
thing
MVP
you
right.
can't be stupid about. A motherfucker tearing you up.
Yeah. You can get the MVP vote.
Like you can't ignore that.
They'll get the, that's what I said. They'll get the MVP vote.
Like
right.
which one of them guys coming in town and you going to sleep? You know what I'm saying? And that's not a slight to Giannis, but it's like you worried about that team.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But James coming. Hey, bro, y'all go
Stay
sit down
up.
tonight.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a completely different mindset. So I think, like you said, they create the narratives. So I think it should be a player vote. I go with a player vote.
And it's just it's like
Private affairs thing.
as a hooper, like think about it in the summer. You're a hooper and you're working on your craft, right? You put so many hours into your craft, dedicating to win MVP, and you get jaded because your team didn't bring any free agents. Like what is the point? What is the point of me working out if I'm a favorite if my team is winning? That the team
But let's be
success has
clear,
nothing to do with
they
me.
still were a 50-plus
Yeah.
win team.
But that's what
like,
I'm saying. It's like
in the West,
which is hard.
we had 48 wins, an 8 seed with 48 wins, bro.
Yeah, that's why I got the fuck out of the West.
And still had home court advantage the first round of the playoffs. Like the man did everything he's supposed to do. Like,
That's what I said. It's nothing. It's like I said. It's really nothing you can.
yeah.
That's what I said. It's like you can only do so much. But when you're talking about MVP, it's most valuable player in the league, not most valuable player to the best team. It's most valuable player in the NBA. So you have to, who day in and day out is playing like an MVP,
Right.
and that's just.
But also, I mean, like Lou said, they were still a good team. It's not like you were you put up great numbers on a team that was
Yeah, like
10th or
we're not
11th seed.
we're not trying to save like a guy that was on a 9 seed
Yeah.
team.
And also, like, and not no shade, but like Devin Booker puts up great numbers, but his
Yeah.
team is underperforming. Like James is on a top seeded
doing
team
everything
But
he
in
even
the West. Yeah.
but even like
It's
even
it's
Booker.
literally nothing else he could do to make a stronger case.
But that's like he averaged 36 just to get that team to
But
a fourth.
people
If he
get-
averaged 34, that motherfucker's probably been out of the playoffs. But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Them 2 points got
That
extra
matters,
wins.
bro.
So like, if he had to do every bit of that, and this guy can play the same way he did last year, he didn't have to improve. He didn't improve. And it's like, oh yeah, but your team did good. Like I just hate that part. Like they don't give you no true structure. So somebody like Anthony Davis and people who sit in these shit-ass cities with these shit-ass organizations that won't get their team better. Like, you have no chance of winning the MVP no matter what you're out there doing. So it's like...
Also, it's a regular season award. So you saw what Kawhi did. And like, well, he really carried. Was he the most valuable player on a championship winning team? Yes. He didn't play it.
Well, he wasn't
games
MVP this year though.
No.
If you look at the whole
First,
season,
he didn't
though,
play enough.
Right. He didn't play enough regular season. But when it mattered, playoff time,
Yeah, I
completely
mean,
stepped up.
yeah, I give you that. But for the
But
entire
I mean, that's
season,
fucking 17 games. We talking about 82.
right.
82.
I know. But what about the games after the 82?
It's
That's
really
team,
still
but you got your
16
team
to
got to
win.
be good to get there. Like,
Yeah,
come on.
yeah.
Like, we making it seem like Gasol and all these motherfuckers was some trash.
Never said that.
I mean, they ended up being amazing when, the whole Golden State team fell apart. It became an easy walk for them. You know what I mean? I don't want to take away from their win, but I mean, it's not like
In the injury bug.
it's not like they really went against motherfucking a team.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, that team was
They played their ass off too.
I know.
They got the rolling.
like that's what I said. They
start rolling.
They was rolling, But they didn't have to really roll too hard.
they didn't have to go through everything.
They didn't have to go through the war. I mean, they went through the Warriors' name, but they didn't go through no Warriors. Let's just be honest about that.
So you're saying the championship has asterisk?
No, it doesn't.
No. Give me my ring.
No, take the rep. It ain't.
Okay,
But people will, I think,
Nobody
in
would.
a few years.
Nobody. When Golden State went through Cleveland, when Kyrie and them was out, nobody really. It's a championship. It's a championship. But that's what I'm saying. But success shouldn't, like, individuals' success shouldn't have nothing to do with team, because all a player can do is do what he does best. Like, you know, and that's basically all I can. I can only perform at what I'm given. Like, if you bring other horses around me, okay, we can all do this together. But if it's only me and you talking about let's win,
Right.
and I'm sitting here averaging 36, what's the problem? You know, and I remember that year with Kobe. It was like when Kobe averaged a 35. They said that team was supposed to have been damn near dead last. No way they was making the media. No way.
What was that?
2005, 6?
Yeah.
2005, 6, yeah. There was like no way this team would make the playoffs. No way. He got him to the AFC.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, he should have passed the ball more.
Steve Nash got that one?
Yeah.
All right, fellas, hold that thought. We got to take a break to talk about Manscaped. Support for the No Chill podcast comes from Manscaped, who is the #1 in men's below-the-belt grooming. Mm-hmm. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. How you like that? You know, the worst thing in the world would be to hurt yourself when you're grooming down there.
Facts.
That's an injury you don't want.
Yeah, true.
You don't want to spill blood. That's why Manscaped has redesigned the electric trimmer. Their lawnmower 2.0, which we have right here, has proprietary skin-safe technology, so this trimmer won't nick or snag your nuts. Manscaping accidents are finally a thing of the past because they were a real thing.
That's a real thing.
They were a real thing.
It's a real thing.
And don't use the same trimmer on your face as you're using on your balls. That's just nasty.
Facts.
Manscaped has also developed the Crop Preserver, an anti-chafing ball deodorant and moisturizer. You ready for that?
Yeah.
I mean, you put deodorant on your armpits. Why aren't you putting deodorant on the smelliest part of your body? Think about that.
Y'all, they smart.
Right? Okay, I mean, it's taking a minute to sink
I had
in
to
with
think
you,
about
but
it.
yeah.
Okay. I like that.
All right. This is for the 2019 mail.
Yeah.
You think of the details. And for fans of the No Chill podcast, you can get 20% off plus free shipping with the code NOCHILL at manscaped.com. Always use the right tools for the job. Your balls will thank you. So here's what you got to do. To get 20% off with free shipping and a free travel bag, use the code NOCHILL at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping and a free travel bag at manscaped.com with the promo code NOCHILL.
I got mine right
Safe
here.
grooming.
I got my Manscaped right here. I was about to demonstrate, but you know this is.
I got my Manscaped.
Nah, come on, man.
I got my Manscaped drill.
Come on, man. You got your Manscaped
drawers.
You put on Manscaped drawers and then Manscaped.
I hope you're an X,
I'm fine.
not a 2X. Okay.
I lost a lot of weight.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just saying from experience right now. I feel dry.
Keeps you
there.
dry.
Yeah. Keeps you
Okay.
dry.
Keeps you dry.
clean. Keep it clean, fellas.
Keep it clean.
You'll thank us later. All right. We also have to talk about ZipRecruiter. Hiring is challenging, but there's one place you can go where hiring is simple, fast, and smart. A place where growing businesses can connect to qualified candidates. That place is ZipRecruiter.com/no-chill. Hiring used to be hard. Multiple job sites, stacks of resumes, a confusing review process. But today, hiring can be easy, and you only have to go to one place to get it done. That's ZipRecruiter.com. ZipRecruiter sends your job to over 100 of the web's leading job boards, but they don't stop there. With their powerful matching technology, ZipRecruiter scans thousands of resumes to find people with the right experience and invites them to apply for your job. As applications come in, ZipRecruiter analyzes each one and spotlights the top candidates so you never miss a great match. ZipRecruiter is so effective that 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get quality candidates to the site within the first day. And right now, listeners of the No Chill podcast can try ZipRecruiter for free at this exclusive web address. It's ZipRecruiter.com/NoChill.
No chill.
You guessed it. That's ZipRecruiter.com/no-chill, NOCHILL. We spell it if you need it. ZipRecruiter.com/no-chill. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. We got some smart people out there. We got to take care of them.
Yeah, yes, we do. Got to take care of our fans.
Gil, we did it. Finally.
What we do.
We got the website.
Okay. Oh,
Finally.
Yeah,
I mean, we talked about this for months. Our friends at Wix, they built us a nice website, got all of our information there. So you get show episodes. You can go back, and if you missed an episode, catch up there. I don't know what you missed, but you should have subscribed already. But everything there. And then we have our giveaway.
Yes.
Starting July 1st.
July 1st.
New prizes every single day. And we have this live show coming up.
Oh,
first show. We ready for that?
I don't think they're ready.
I don't think so.
I don't think they're ready for that.
First stop, Charlotte. We're coming for you.
Charlotte, do we know the place?
Yeah, the Comedy Zone.
Okay. Yes.
But if you don't know, go to the nochillpod.com.
Mm-hmm.
That's
all
our
right,
website.
Charlotte, Comedy Zone. I'll let you know who the guests are in the middle of the week.
Stand by. So it's through Wix. It's the nochillpod.com. Wix is building us a custom beautiful page to keep all of our episode show details and maybe even a way for you to contact us. Mm-hmm. But for now, we got the giveaway and we got the live show. Wix really is the best in the business. They offer a variety of websites that can be created with Wix and the characteristics of the product. Professional and robust, there's a professional solution for every need with features like Wix Video, Wix Stores, Wix Booking, and especially the Wix blog. Wix just launched Wix Turbo, which means all sites are made with Wix and they now load faster than ever. Wix takes care of all of the heavy lifting, like reliable hosting to keep your website safe and secure, custom domains and mailboxes, even marketing and more. They also offer total creative freedom. With Wix, you truly have infinite design possibilities, making each website personal, unique, and an original masterpiece. The platform enables you to create whatever you want yourself, whether you're a novice, a business owner, an advanced designer, or a professional website builder. It's so easy to use. It creates a clean, fresh, professional look that you're looking for, and it offers great results. So, to start on your own website with Wix, you enter the promotion code NOCHILL.
Of course.
All right, we got something for our fans as usual. And they'll build you the website of your dreams. To get started, go to Wix.com today, enter the promo code NOCHILL.
Mm-hmm. No chill.
Check out our site, nochillpod.com.
And the reason he got it is because so the team won 62 games the year before. 67? 62. Yeah, 62. And then the next year, Amari got hurt at the beginning. So they was like, oh, they're done. And they ended up winning 55. Right. So it's like, oh, yeah, Steve Nash. And I'm like, I mean, 62 and 55 versus last place and eighth. Like, come on. Yeah. They was like, oh, yeah, he should have passed the ball more. To who? Fucking Smush Parker. And
Devin George?
Not Devin George on the team. It was fucking Chris Mims and motherfuckers like that. Like, you really? Like this? He was supposed to do exactly what he did. You know, same thing with James. Like, even with the team, just looking at the team, I'm like, the team is shit. They're not going to do anything in the play. I don't give a fuck what kind of hype you're giving them. They were better when you was there. Like, I agree. They had better scores, more points coming off the bench. Like was it, you averaged
They got impatient.
17, was it 17, 19 that year? Yeah. And then you also had Gordon coming off the bench doing the same thing. So
and Trez was with us.
Yeah, imagine you had that bench.
The very next year he comes into his own. Like, I think they pulled the plug on that group too fast. But it's a name game. They went and got Chris and felt like they gave him a better opportunity. So it is what it is.
But
I think at that point, though, they were looking at the Warriors and thinking that we got to compete at that level.
They have an obsession with the Warriors in Houston. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I know that because that was the focus. Yeah. You know, but the focus was a championship. So it was like, we got to go through these guys. So we shot more threes. We played a more up-tempo style of play to try to match up with what they were doing. Oh.
But that's what I'm saying. If you knew basketball, you knew the trade was bad. You're giving up scores for a point guard. Without scores. Like, yeah, if Chris Paul was there while you were there, maybe it works. Right. But if they take a natural score out bringing a point guard to control a team when the starting shooting guard controls the team. So you got two people out there trying to do the same thing. So now what? Chris becomes a scorer?
Right.
So now if Chris becomes a scorer, the rest of the team doesn't get the ball.
Yeah, I mean,
So it's like
that's the logic.
yeah. So now you don't make that trade, keep the same players, and then use the money to get more talent. Then you probably could compete. That's what I said.
They probably.
Well,
It's just motherfuckers they're just stupid.
But this also relates for a team. You should know your style. As a player, you know your style of play. I'm not going to try to be. You're not going to try to be Vince Carter.
But you know what? That also was at a time where it was like you can't win without 2 stars. You know, that was the conversation at that time.
Super teams.
Yeah, it was
Right.
it was still super teams.
But if you create your own style, don't try to copycat everybody. Create your own style. Know that because
Right.
you'll have that stronger than anybody else.
Absolutely.
like right now, you guys. Well, you got Kawhi. Who's left? Kawhi. Jimmy Butler hasn't signed yet, right?
Basically, everybody hasn't.
Everyone's still
Except
free.
for Anthony Davis. Yeah. Free agency starts on the 1st.
Oh shit, that's why I'm stupid. I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers ain't signing shit. What the fuck is wrong with them?
We just had the
It was
draft.
July 1st. Okay, yeah, July 1st. Yeah, my bad. My bad. I was wondering. That's why I said these motherfuckers ain't signing. Like I thought some news.
You know what's funny is we don't
It'll
have the
be
patience. Like
fast,
the
though,
season just ended.
I forgot July 1st is when free agency
We've been
started.
talking
But I'm
about
over
free
here sitting
agency all year before last season even started. But
like who fits you guys? Because that's the most like I know names like Kawhi Leonard want to go here, this and this. Like who fits you guys' style?
We thought KD was gonna give us what we needed, how we played. We thought KD was gonna be like that was one I was gonna get involved in. Like, yo, like this will be perfect.
recruit.
You know what I'm saying? I think it's an opportunity for guys like him, you know, to put another notch on their belt. You know, it hasn't been a championship in LA as far as the Clippers go. You know, you have Blake, DeAndre, and you have Chris. You know, they're gonna go down with their jerseys up, and then you got guys that can really come in and create their own, especially KD, where everybody's like, oh, he went there to get them rings. Like, fuck that. Those his rings. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you can come here, and this one can be considered
Yours.
You know what I'm saying? And we don't the great thing about our team is we're not confused about who any of us are. You know what I'm saying? It's like in the 4th quarter, we're gonna get a ball to Lou. We need to stop. Pat, you're gonna guard the best player. Like everybody understands it's a pecking order. So if KD came in, it's no pushback. Like it's never gonna be bro, this is your team and we riding and everybody gonna play their part perfectly. And so I thought he was gonna be the person that could fit it in like seamlessly. But I think you drop Kawhi on any team, you have a chance, man.
Who are you thinking?
No, I'm just because it's like when you're playing GM, everybody wants names instead of people who actually fit with the rest of the team. So you just sit there and think about all the free agents. And it's like, all right, we know your team style. Like, who is a perfect candidate for him? I mean,
The guy I loved was the guy that left, Tobias.
Yeah, Tobias was good for us too.
I mean, that's what I said.
It's a name game.
Yeah, that's what I said.
It's a name game. So if Tobias and KD are gonna ask for the same type of money, of course you're gonna try to create the money to go get KD. You know, that's just how NBA.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Like Tobias is gonna have to.
And he said it early. He was like, "I'm."
Yeah.
Like I mean, that's what I said. His like that was the reason. Like some of the trades, like he's gonna be demanding, that max, and if you're Clippers, you're not gonna go. It's gonna be one of those cities. He's gonna end up in.
Well, he did the right
Back
thing
in
at
Milwaukee,
the time. It was,
probably.
if we're gonna have to play the free agency game with him in the summertime, let's move him now and get pieces back,
Yeah.
and then we'll have that money to spend in the summertime. That's what they would think. What is the thing about the Clippers that maybe people are wrong about or don't know as an organization?
Oh yeah, because you a new Clipper. Oh, you a new Clipper. So you gotta break the curse of who the Clippers were when I came in.
No, we've created a dope culture. You know what I'm saying? I think it started with Doc. You know what I'm saying? He expects a lot. He has a high expectation level, and we just so happen to have the personalities that fit in with that. Like we don't have a lot of disagreements about anything. Like the work environment is positive. We got rookies that listen. They work hard. You know, Shea, Sham, Jerome, and Sin going into his second or third year now. Like our young guys really soak up the information, and we don't have the ego problem. So I guess that's what works for us. I think people are wrong with shit. They thought we were a 30-win team. End up winning 48 with no quote-unquote all-stars and all of that. And I think we're going to be good for a very long time. I think they showed this year.
You know, like when I came in, you know, they didn't have practice facilities.
Yeah.
You know, I was working out at the men's gym.
The Spectrum Club.
The Spectrum Club, shit there. They got nails on the hand.
We worked out at a nurse college in Philly.
Yeah. So, like, when we came in, like, I remember when I came in, you know, there was really no culture. There was really nothing. There was no reason to stay in the gym. So I remember going to, you know, RIP, you know, Mr. A. Poland and said, hey, you know, we need like breakfast. You know, we like a chef, like breakfast, lunch, you know, like a player's lounge. And, you know, the question was like, why? We don't pay you guys good enough? You know, we just gave you $65 million. What do you need? Mm-hmm. I said, we're 18, 19, 20 years old. What kind of food do you think we eat? McDonald's? Burger King? I said that's the kind of food we actually eat. We don't know nothing about the chef. So we're after practice, we're gonna go get McDonald's and do all of that, and you know, that's our food. So, you know, if you put into the product what you want out of it, it helps it. You know, so you get us a chef. Now some of the young kids, they're gonna come, they're gonna get breakfast here, and then they get lunch, and now you gave them 2 good meals. You put a player's lounge in, now they're gonna stay a little bit longer. They're not just hurry up, rushing, and getting to their house.
Right.
So I said, now they stay in, get a couple shots here and there. So I said, and that's how you get better.
Yeah,
you know, so you give them an environment, but they look at the money so much and don't understand. Maybe the little things. It's like the little things, like you want your player to get better, give him an atmosphere.
Right.
Where he wants to be comfortable. Like this is, the gym is his home. Like he wants to be in here. He wants to sit in the gym getting better. And I don't think they understood that at first. Right. It's like, because I remember when we first got food, it was in Cleveland.
Yeah, I think my first time was
getting food on the road?
Like Atlanta. Yeah. So damn near 8-9 years.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's like, it was like I remember when we was in, we played Cleveland. And went in the locker room, and they got all these trays. Mm-hmm. Like, damn, yo, thank you, Wizards, okay. Yeah. And it was like, nah, this from the other team. Like, damn, motherfucker, Braun, get over there. Motherfuckers want to act right. You know, you lift up the food, like, damn, this is some good-ass food. What the fuck they got over there? They got steak and lobster and this shit, because this is some good shit.
Cleveland doing the best.
That's what I'm saying.
Dallas, shout out to Dallas. They do their barbecue shit. But Cleveland give you a spread.
That's what
mac,
I said.
cheese,
it's like,
greens, grilled fish,
you up so they can slow you down, though.
But it don't matter. But I'm just saying. But as players, we look at that though.
Yeah, that leave an impression.
Yeah,
you leave an impression. You leave an impression on the
right.
player, and like,
but ain't nobody never went to Cleveland free agency.
No.
Very true. Very true.
Dude.
That's the thing. I mean,
nobody going to Milwaukee, Minnesota. Like, dude, you gonna have to trade us there, goddamn it, because we ain't just walking into that motherfucker for real.
You said it was a curse, though. I don't know. It's even a curse. I don't even think it's that level. It was just a culture. There was never Clippers.
There was never a culture. There was never a culture there. Like the NBA had.
It was honestly. Let's face it. It was a terrible owner. It was ownership. So when Steve Ballmer came in,
no.
That's what really
The
changed the
NBA,
culture and brought in Doc.
So my free agent year, 2002, 2003. Yeah, it was 2003. So David Stern heard that Donald Sterling wasn't going to pay his free agents. Right? He's going to let them all walk. And when I said all, it was 7 of them. So you had Lamar Odom, Maggette.
Elton Brand.
Baron
Davis.
No, Baron wasn't there yet.
Mobley.
Who?
Coutinho.
It was just all that. It was all the bump guys.
Miles,
so
Richardson.
They were all, and he was just gonna let them all walk. And the league stepped in and said, no. You're gonna have to pay. Fuck that. You're gonna have to pay. You're gonna have to pay some of these players. And then that's what ended up happening. That he had to finally release some of that money, because from there it was just a farm.
But how does somebody like that get in the first place?
Oh.
Okay.
Come on, it's like this. No, you talking about
Billions
these
of dollars.
No. Fuck no. These
To be an owner?
These man
For sure, it's a lot of money.
Then
Then not so much. He got a team from
my owner bought the team for $1 million.
Right.
You know, so they bought the team back in the 70s, 60s, and that. So these guys are just built in. So you in LA, your fan base is your fan base. So it's just a farm. Like you got number 1 picks coming in. They didn't sign. The first time they signed a big free agent was 2002, 2003 then. That was the first time he actually threw money. Other than that, all his number 1 picks and all that, come in, go out. Come in, go out. He never, and that's why there's always lockouts and shit. Because the Indianas and all, they wanted to be like Donald Sterling.
Yeah.
But Steve Ballmer did pay up and did see that he had to create a culture.
Yeah,
I think
but that's what I'm saying. By now,
Yeah.
like you can't sit there and try to farm anymore.
Yeah, but also if you want, I mean, look, you know
he's
this too.
He's dead serious on winning. You know, he's a competitive person. Like
It's a winning business,
yeah,
right?
we spend a lot of time with him. Like it's not just a hobby for him. Like
So he's a real.
he's into this shit.
That's what I said. Like
That's what he said before. There's very few that are like
there
that.
was because
Yeah,
you got to
it's-
remember back
it's very
then.
few, but-
Yeah, back then it was just businessmen. Now you know these young or these guys that watched basketball growing up, you know, made billions. Like I want to buy me a team, and I want to.
I think he has that in his personality, but it's on the side of like, I want to win a fucking championship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
he wants to.
And he's
He has a dream.
he's dead serious. Like we meet with this man probably once a month, and he's like, "What's up? What y'all need? Everything good? What y'all thinking?" You know what I'm saying? So he's very hands on with trying to create the right culture to and have everything that you would need to bring in players to want players to be here where this will be a destination.
But it's funny, at this point, you've seen that Toronto, where that went this year. I mean,
Toronto's a dope organization.
Yeah,
as
it's
well,
like you
too.
wouldn't have thought they could ever make
I
basketball
don't
the
think
number
they
one
ever
sport in
sign
Canada.
free agents up there, but once you're there, the problem they're gonna have is trying to keep guys there.
Who they signed Surge, I think they got a deal. That was probably the.
Yeah, but they foreign anyway.
A foreign player.
They foreign anyway. Like once you're there, you'll love playing for the Raptors. You'll love playing for the country because it's
the
just
whole
you.
country.
It's the whole country, and then you kind of like that 4th, 5th month into the season, you like, God damn, man, like, I want to go home. You know, like because you really feel when you play in Toronto, you feel like you're playing overseas.
Oh, it does.
It feels like it, bro. Like we can't wait to go on the road sometimes just to be in America. You know what I'm
See,
saying?
and that's
It's
gonna
like
be the
little
problem.
shit you don't think of, like the channels on your TV, your phone bill. You gotta get a fucking Canadian bank account, like shit like that people don't think about. Like that shit is hard, and then you have kids. You raising your kids in Canada. You know what I'm saying? So it's once you're there, you're like, oh, this is dope. But the hard part is keeping guys there.
Yeah, but that's what I said. It's not like they brung in free agents. They made smart trades.
The guys, like you were saying with Surge, like foreign players that are there, like they would want to play there
that's what I
because
said,
they don't. It's
But
all
still
North
is-
America
yeah.
to them. It's not.
But as I
just
said, you
US.
make trades, and you know you finally put the team, like the team is on a map where everyone got to see the atmosphere of what it looks like.
Who created
over there.
that atmosphere?
Drake. But no. It was already. They were already nuts before.
I think he gets some credit, but
The-
you got to get that to Kyle and DeMar, man. Nobody but Kyle and DeMar. Nobody was paying attention to Raptors basketball until they just put that shit on their shoulders and were like, we're gonna be a contender.
They wanted to stay there. They wanted to be there.
Yeah,
I mean,
listen,
the fans was always like that, though.
4 years in a row they run into LeBron. The second LeBron leaves, they get a championship. Right? They're kind of
But like you said, DeMar really laid the foundation.
for sure.
But
For sure.
You know, Drake made it. I think Drake made it popular. Like we got
He
to
gave it
remember,
culture.
outside of basketball, nobody.
Okay,
really,
I see what you're saying.
You know,
yeah, because
it's just
he created the six and all of that. I
the
get what you're
OVO.
saying.
It's just like
Okay, yeah.
for this like
agree with you
worldwide
there.
people to look at.
But he
Toronto
really,
as a
like,
basketball-
honestly, like Ice Cube, he put himself front row. He's there at pretty damn near
But
every
that's what I'm
game.
saying.
He's on camera.
His fans
But
take
he
over.
knew he wanted to make. He's like, look, they could be a basketball team. I'm gonna make this team culturally relevant.
But that's the problem, because to the basketball player who has to leave here to go there,
You're not going.
it's still not Like, there's nothing Drake is gonna do to get American.
Put you in a song.
No,
I mean, what did that do for you?
What did it do for me?
Yeah.
It made me more popular.
But did that tie you to the team more?
No.
Fuck no.
They fucking let me go.
No, I know, but like at the time, before, that didn't end so well.
Man, and they rewarded me by letting me walk.
Yeah.
Go.
But that's what I said.
Thank you.
But it's still not a place where like
That shouldn't do that.
like Drake. That's what I said. Drake fans can get
It didn't put money in your pocket or like get your name in the Raptors, but for
the
you,
six
like,
man made the price to go out. I don't fucking
but
Drake preference.
But
Shit. You think I got paid because motherfucking True and Jay-Z said
no,
bring
I'm not
guns
saying
to the
get
locker
paid,
room?
but you feel like, oh,
I ain't got a sponsorship,
motherfucker.
Shit, what the fuck is wrong with you? Fuck about no rapper saying your name.
So, no, I mean, obviously you get a reference in the song, but it doesn't mean, but
it gave me a lot of weird ass fans.
Yeah,
right, give you fans.
It gave me fans that weren't my fans.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
They liked me because he thought I was cool.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's Canadian. Like he made it popular between the teams, but
And
as
the
a
tight
basketball,
end, that's not gonna be enough to make guys go up there.
a
and
basketball,
sign.
like that's what I said. A basketball player is not gonna say, "All right, I'm gonna go to Canada because of Drake's there."
It's a couple that do that weird shit though.
He ain't gonna be good.
yeah, I was gonna say that's probably the wrong reason.
Like, you ain't gonna be good. Like you can fuck around and get Alonzo Ball up there. You ain't gonna get nobody good. Like we really gonna be balling. Like somebody gonna average 30, 40. Nah, I'm stay here in America and do that shit. Like seriously, let's be honest. Like, come on, it's far. Like
That shit is.
it's far.
It's a hassle, man.
Like we didn't even want to play.
It's
like,
really a hassle.
Yeah.
Like we go through the airport.
Customs.
like we customs. Like
Yeah.
like imagine getting being a felon. And then you gotta go over there. Like you sitting in motherfucking customs 42 hours just sitting there like, damn, should fucking stayed home. Shit. They really didn't want a nigga here. Something.
Yeah, we do that shit.
Every time.
It's worse to play for the Raptors than the opposing teams because we come in on the bus and we gonna leave. When you play for the Raptors, we park our cars at the airport, then get on the bus, go to the airport. So when we land, we can get our cars. Like that shit is an inconvenience, man. Expecting this fucking 10 degrees out there.
So let's say ending up in LA is a great thing that could happen to you.
Yeah, it was good.
For you or any other player. They were putting the recruitment pitch out there.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
So, any free agents listening?
That's cool. I just wanted to know that culture because I know when I was playing, it was like,
Nah, we good. We good.
Because that's the only thing that
This
keeps.
is the most fun I've had in my career, since I've been in LA.
What's it?
Yeah, no bullshit. Yeah.
Like that's what I said. It's like when I was playing, it's like when you just hear Clippers, it's just because I know what the Clippers were when I was here. So that's why I was like, what is the atmosphere? Who the owner is? He a noose? Because it's like the noose. Like when people say, "Oh yeah, the players are messing up the NBA by super teaming." Like, nah, it's the owners. These new owners coming in, they're like, "Yo, I want to win. I want, so I got to buy you. I'm gonna buy you. I'm gonna buy you. Like I'm paying everybody. Let's go. Let's try to win this thing." And that's what the new owners is doing. Before, it's like, you sitting here, like, you've been in the summer, we're like, yo, hey, we cool, we've been playing well together. Hey, I'm going to talk to the owner. We're going to come and get you. You're like, all right, cool. Everybody done that. Everybody, I remember LeBron free agency. Dwayne and LeBron, they sitting on that's when they was doing a little banana boat. They over there having fun. Free agent, playing together. Go to the owner. Hey, Dwayne Wade want to come here. Oh, Dwayne? I can get you Dunleavy. And that's basically what they did. Like, I can give you Dunleavy. You want Dunleavy? Like, yeah, I get to give you. And like Dwayne Wade, now he got to go to Chicago. Like, but that's the silly shit they do. Like, we friends. Like, we could build some shit. Like,
why the old heads act like they wasn't cool like how we cool now? Like, they don't want you, like, they too friendly. They working out, like, bullshit. You motherfucker. All right, they work out together. Y'all gamble together. What's the difference? Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, what's the difference?
I think just because they're on TV now. Like, when Charles Barkley talks about ball pounding ever, I just want to open the rule book. That's why they don't want me on TV. I'm going to open up the rule book like, hey, look, this you. They put this rule in because you motherfucker, You took the ball at the 3-point line in the corner and you bounced that motherfucker 42 times trying to back a motherfucker up. So they put a 5 count rule because of you. Yeah. You dribbled the ball too goddamn much and they put a rule in because of you, motherfucker. So don't talk about nothing about dribble. I don't want to hear you say dribble. And they dribble too much in the league because you were the reason that they changed rule. But they forget.
Real shit.
Like I remember I went at Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on my Instagram. Because he was talking about the Ball brothers.
What did he say?
When he said, oh, yeah, he put a tarnish on the UCLA name. What he did in China.
What you say?
Motherfucker, wait a minute. Oh, hold on. All the recruiting scandals y'all motherfuckers was doing with hookers and shit. You paying players like y'all was getting paid back then.
Yeah.
Like I said, the same dude that recruited all y'all to go to UCLA was your same agent who got you out of Milwaukee and got you to the Lakers.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Big man was paying everybody. Oh, he was. Oh, yeah, they had condos and fucking strip malls everywhere around here. Hey, motherfucker, you the one who put your goddamn. But that's what I said.
Less rules back then in that.
They forget what they did. It's like who you are now is not what you did back then. Goddamn it. It's
but.
Stupid motherfuckers, man.
You know what we
That's why I stopped paying. That's why I don't pay attention to them. None of them. None of them. You ain't gonna average 5 points and then tell me how to score. That's not gonna happen. You gonna come off the pick and roll. See, this is what he need to do. He need to come split the pick and roll and motherfucker, you ain't even do no splits. God damn it. Your ass was in the fucking
we invented
corner.
That.
Come on, you was in the corner shooting threes, bro. You was atmosphere. You was like the fucking playing in the club. Don't talk about pick and rolls but that's what they do. They get over there and just talk, say dumb shit. And we get sitting there, everybody like, maybe I do got to do the pick and roll and split and throw it. Like, no. Like, do the pick and roll, catch a switch, pass it to the big man down low. I stopped that shit quick.
Yeah.
When I came in, we going to do the pick and roll, they going to switch, we going to pass to the big man. No, the fuck, we not.
Back his ass
no, we
up.
not. I'm going to throw it to him. They going to double. He going to pass it. I'm going to pass it. Stupid ass shooter who can't shoot all the way in the corner because that's where you put him. You put the dude in the corner because you don't want him nowhere near the play. He the one with the open shot, and he going to take it. Yeah. That's how Robeson's get the ball. Robeson going to shoot that ball. Yeah. No, that's not how we're going to do. We're going to do the switch. I got the big man on me. We're going to go 1-4 flat. Y'all going to move, and I'm going to take the big man and get a bucket.
Right.
That's what we're going to do here. We ain't going to be pass the ball and pass it to the big man. Nah, this ain't 80s, bro. Yeah. This ain't the 80s, man. This is 2000s.
You know what happens is you look at the game differently when you're not playing.
Not again. Now all the guards switch like, we going to do it.
When you're in it, you're just focused on what it is now. I think when guys retire, it's turned down enough.
No, it's just you're delusional. You're delusional. That's what I say. It's delusion. Uh-huh. That's these motherfuckers, these 90s players is delusional.
Oh, they remember it a certain way.
Oh, as these kids get younger, man, they got the Google shit, right?
Uh-huh.
So you'll pull up a coach. Nowadays, we'll pull up a coach like,
yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, no.
Could he really play?
No, because a lot of them couldn't play. It was one, I ain't gonna say his name, but we pulled this shit up on the plane. We like, bro, shut the fuck up, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you average 2 points a game. But he brought that shit on his, because he was the asshole coach. He got something slick to say, come up in front of the plane, like, why are you up here fucking with us, man? So we pulled this shit up. He was mad for like a month about that.
Yeah, but that's what they sit there and do.
Yeah, we sit there and pull your shit up.
Yeah, that's what the old, like, that's what they sit there and hide behind, like a game that just don't, like, it wasn't misunderstood. It was just like, you ever talk to somebody, it's like the 90s was like the best thing, like Michael Jackson, Prince, like the music was better. Like, motherfucker, everything wasn't better in the 90s. Like you motherfuckers, like, we played defense. No, y'all fucking didn't. You just hacked motherfuckers y'all couldn't stop.
The shit out of them, yeah.
That's all you did. You hacked motherfuckers you couldn't stop. You couldn't stop Jordan, so you just clotheslined the motherfucker. That's all you did. Like, I can't stop you because you're so much better than me, so I'm just going to foul you and hope you don't come in this motherfucker. That ain't defense, bro. That ain't defense. Like you can get that shit at the beach. You can get that shit at the beach, motherfucker. The mailman does that. He can't stop none of these motherfuckers out there, so he just tripping and clipping motherfuckers all day talking about, this 90s basketball. That's all them motherfuckers is doing, man. It's fucking stupid. Like, shut the fuck up. That's what I said. It's like, yo, shut the fuck up. You guys are not as good as your defense wasn't as good as you thought it was.
Or just respect the way things are now. Be happy that
That's what
they
I said.
are the way they are.
The only reason there's a battle is because they're not respecting.
Yeah.
Like, it's like you're not.
You
like,
think that got something to do with the money though?
Yeah, it's always.
Big time.
It's always the money because it's like, oh yeah, we laid our foundation. Cool. Hey, bro, I appreciate it.
Right.
Like I came out the vagina at a time where it paid me more. Don't get mad at me. I didn't do nothing. I watched you. I learned. Mm-hmm. I added my little shit. I got paid. Now these motherfuckers doing the same thing. I can, I made 111. I was good then. Motherfucker make 220 now. It's double. I can't say, oh man, like look, that motherfucker doing the same thing I did, but making double. Like, that's motherfucker. That's what it's supposed to. It's supposed to have. It's called evolution. Also, like that's what I said. Them motherfuckers don't. Evolution's not in their brain over there.
Also, shit is more expensive nowadays. Houses are more expensive here in LA. You gotta get paid better.
Hey, it's a more popular game. It's a more popular game year after year. That's all.
And these are the guys that built it.
It grows.
It's
going to continue to grow. Mm-hmm. Like I said, 20 years, we're going to be looking like, that motherfucker getting $500 million.
I said, damn, somebody's going to be at $500 million. Like, God damn, that motherfucker averaged 17. When I seen JJ Redick 23 million, I said, God damn. Shit, I need to swallow my pride and start working out again, goddamn, because these motherfuckers is, whoa, shit.
Should have kept that knee right.
Huh? Yeah. Right.
All right. Well, I think Lou has to roll. This was cool. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, man. Hey, I'm gonna say congratulations again, 6-man award. Congratulations again, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Was this number 3 coming up?
Yeah, this is gonna be 3.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be. We'll see what happens.
Nah, this is 3.
If he could vote, he has your vote.
It's gonna be a ride if it ain't.
Motherfucker have 22.
Right.
Should he have more than
it's a no-brainer.
75% of the starters? Like, come on, we ain't gonna play that game right now.
Put it out there right now.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all. All right.
See, now I want to be a 6-man so bad. Like, the motherfucker got trophies. I just thought about it. He said 3 trophies. I'm like, man, there's some nice trophies in the trophy room. I ain't got nothing. Shit. I ain't got a trophy to sit on. Shit, then somebody asked, like, yo, I'm going to do an interview with you. Put your trophies in the back. I ain't got no fucking trophies. Ain't no fucking trophies for the shit I was doing. Shit. Like, nothing. That's cool. 3 big ass trophies.
But you culture though, so that's like.
No. Fuck that.
You want the hardware.
But that shit go a long way. Like Nick, like Swaggy is culture. These motherfuckers really cut their hair and shit like him. Like he's culturally is part of the imprint of basketball. You the same.
All right, you do an interview. You do an interview and let that motherfucker do an interview at his house. See who's motherfucker more viewed. That motherfucker who got 3 big ass trophies in the back. There's 3 big ass trophies talking about. I had a good career. I'm in the back on the couch. Nothing back there. There's nothing. Motherfucker, gun charge, motherfucker. That's all I got in the back of my resume. Motherfucker, gun charge.
Like I said, you culture, nigga.
Something for the rest.
All right, man. You enjoy your weekend.
Yeah, I'm about to go party a little bit.
All right.
Go hang out.
Man, I used to be young, man.
I got like 6 months left. Finna milk my shit.
Do your thing. All right, baby. Thanks for coming.
Appreciate you.
All right.